Hi everybody, Harris Williams here. Today we're going to talk about how to create a read option play. So what you can see on the screen here is we have an offensive play with the blocking schemes already set up for us. If you're wondering how I got this blocking scheme set up, basically what I did was I used the wizard to create a zone blocking scheme, and I added a ID scheme as a second level blocking scheme. If you have any questions about that, please take a look at our additional videos on how to set up an ID scheme and then how to create ID blocking and how to use the zone blocking dialog. So what we're going to do today is really focus on our skill position guys. These two guys right here in the backfield, the back and the quarterback. We're going to be focusing on their assignments. So you might be wondering, how do we actually create a read option play? So what we're going to be doing in this play is we'll be reading the strong side D end. So before I started this film, what I have already done for us is I've already set up the read player. Let me take you through how we set up a read player. What we need to do is select the play preferences. So the play preferences can be found here. Then we see play settings and set unblock/read players. What you can see now is you see first D end in the box offensive backside. Let me remove this so we can start from scratch. So what you'll find right now is you'll see a set of highlighted players. Those highlighted players correspond to the position type that is going to be read. Secondly, you see a set of numbers. And what you can see from those set of numbers is it's basically a direction. So in reference to the ball, to the offensive backside, we're going to then count the closest players in proximity to the ball. As we can see, the closest is the nose, then we have the tackle, then we have the strong side D end, then we have the weak side D end. In this example, what we really want to be doing is reading the first down lineman backside. How do we do that? Well, we have to change the landmark. So we're going to say backside box. So then what we're going to do is select the first defensive lineman, which is going to be the strong side D end, and then we're going to click add. Now you can see the player is yellow. This denotes that this player is going to be read. The blocking assignments will automatically not account for this player, and the players will naturally avoid the player when they're attempting to block their assignments. So now that we've selected the player that we want to read, next let's give our back and our quarterback their assignments. So let's first give the quarterback his assignment. We're going to click on the quarterback. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on the decision. We want him to make a read on a specific player. Just like reading an unblocked player, what we're going to do is we're going to make the same setup as before. So what we're going to say is backside box, first down lineman. And as you can see now, you can see the word read isn't on top of the player. That means that this player is being read. Next, we can set a target. So we can make a decision if a player is targeting a specific player or if a player is moving towards a specific direction. What we're going to do is we're going to make a decision that if the strong side D end crashes inside, then we're going to want to pull and knife. And if the strong side D end doesn't crash inside, then we're going to hand the ball off. So how do we do that? Well, first we have to set the player's target location. So we want to say if he's going inside, meaning play side, then we're going to set the assignment that we want the quarterback to perform. So if the player is moving play side, we want the player to then run. And now we'll create a run assignment. And for this example, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a dynamic path so that the quarterback is following the end man on the line of scrimmage. So we're going to right click on the last point here. Then we're going to set as dynamic point. Then we're going to say offensive backside. n/contain, and we click set. So now as the y stretches, this point will automatically stretch with the y. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to click return to the decision editor, and then we're going to give the assignment that we want the quarterback to perform if the strong side D end does not move play side. And if he doesn't move play side, we're going to want him to hand the ball off to the back. So we click handoff/pitch. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to move this point just a hair back. And we know that the recipient is going to be the B. The handoff location is going to be in the front. It's not going to be a pitch. And we can click finish. Now, the last thing we need to do is set the back's responsibilities. So we click on the back. We give him a run assignment. And basically, we're going to want him to take the handoff. And then we're going to want him to knife backwards. So then we get the defense moving play side a little bit, but he's going to knife backwards. Ideally, this read option play should hit right back here, right in the C gap, as we're going to be splitting the defense right in the C gap as this double team occurs, and the Mike's going to fill, the tackle's going to fill, and the strong side D end is going to be left with his pants down exposed. And what we're going to do next is we're going to right click on this back's assignment right here, and we're going to set that as a dynamic point as well. And what we want this dynamic point to be is set to the C gap, and we want this to be the offensive backside C gap, and we set, and we click finish. And what we should see here in this simulation is the strong side D end is going to be playing n/contain, so he's not going to be playing inside. Thus, he's going to hand the ball off to the back. Let's check it out. And there we go. Now you might be saying, okay, why did the back dive himself right into the A gap like that? Well, we can always change that. We can click on the back again, then we can click on his run assignment, and let's put his run assignment over here a little bit. And we click finish, and let's try it again. Much better. Now, let's take a look at this play if the strong side D end were to knife inside. So I've already built out a play for us that has the defensive end knifing inside. So what I will do is simply dial up that play for us. Now for example purposes, the strong side D end is going to knife all the way over to the B gap. It might not look realistic, but this is for example purposes so that we can get an understanding of how to properly leverage MentalRep. So let's simulate this play. And there you go. As you saw, the defensive end knifed inside, the quarterback made the read, and he pulled it, and we got a nice little chunk of yards. I hope you found this video tutorial helpful. Please stay tuned for more information and videos on how to properly leverage MentalRep and dominate your opponent this season, and keep repping it.